What's up, sippers, and welcome back to another cup of conversation,
where we have conversations worth having.
I'm your girl T,
and I'm your girl C to the O to the C to the O. Coco. I don't know why I want to do that.
I fell right into it.
Right.
And it rolled with the T. After I said T, and you.
To the O, to the C, to the O. Yeah, we need a song. Yeah.
We do. We getting close now. We've been itching for a song to start with.
Almost there.
We almost there.
So instead, we know y'all, we back on the couch again.
Of course,
together.
episode 89.
Yes. And we, instead of doing how we feeling, how we dealing, because we're talking about family trauma today, we talked about friendships. Y'all know if y'all been keeping up.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about a lot of, we talked about relationships, men and women. And so today we want to kind of start the conversation with family.
Yeah.
And so the how you feeling instead of how you feeling and how you dealing, I want to know, when did you realize that your family was not normal?
When did I really? Okay, so to all these, I'm going to do, I figured I was going to do like two different sections. Mm-hmm. My daddy's side and my mama's side.
Okay.
Because it ain't a conjoined thing. We ain't had no married family over there. Mm-hmm. So my daddy's side, I noticed they wasn't normal when nobody really checked on me. I mean, like, came in to stay, in touch with that side of the family after he passed away. Like, I'm talking about Noah. I used to keep in touch with his brother for a while. But you heard what I said. I used to keep in touch with his brother for a while, my uncle. But after that, I mean, I don't talk to nobody over there. I do have a brother, because my daddy have multiple kids by multiple women. Mm-hmm. I do have a brother that he don't play about keeping in touch with all of us, like all his siblings. That's good. So if nobody else knows where everybody is, he
knows.
Okay. He do. He talk to everybody. He keep everybody together. Like if we ever link up, he's there. Mm-hmm. So he definitely he's the side the only person from my daddy's side that keeps up, and I thought that was so weird. I just think that is so weird. Mm-hmm. I don't
out of all those adults.
Out of all the adults, and this is just it's weird. He ain't even got a lot of kids to keep up with. It ain't like he got 20 or something. Yeah, like, he got about 6.
Oh, that's not bad.
You know what I'm saying?
That's average.
No. I might be giving him one more than he deserved. Me, my brother, Mason, Tyler. 5.
Okay.
Yeah, 5. But that ain't too much to keep up with. Y'all could have called or something, try to see. And my mama's side,
especially something tragic like that.
Yeah, exactly. My mama's side, I just think they just don't communicate. And anytime like little fights break out in the family, I'd be like, this is just so dysfunctional, because it always happened for y'all trying to act like something didn't happen.
Sweeping it
up under the rug. That's why the fights just be breaking out, because people just be tired of holding it in. Like, so that's when I noticed. What about you?
Well, I will say, so I honestly never thought my family wasn't normal.
Oh,
no, I'm
God.
just kidding. But no, I would say my mom's side of the family, I never thought that they were not normal, because my mom's family is very small. Mm-hmm. It's her 2 sisters and their kids, and only one of them has kids. My other aunt, doesn't have a kid. Yeah. So that's really like as far as it expands, really. Like we have, of course, like distant cousins and stuff like that, but their family is so small. So I really never was up against any type of, I was always with my grandmother. I grew up, and I'm the first granddaughter. I did a lot with my grandmother. So I never really did think that we wasn't normal. Yeah. And then what I just recently realized, literally since I've been getting close with Jazz, is that my family is not normal.
You have to get to somebody who asks the right questions.
Not even ask the right questions, that just has a different life. Because anytime I feel like, because I can't lie and say I got it out the mud. I lived in a hard life. Like, I had a really decent childhood. Like, my mom and my dad were entrepreneurs. My daddy had a well-known barbershop around that time when Mike Jones was around. Like, Mike Jones, like all of the rappers and stuff, like, used to go to Tight Cuts Barbershop. Shout out to my daddy barbershop. Mm-hmm. But, like, my mama always had a children's clothing store. Like, we always lived in a decent neighborhood, in a decent house. I never went to, like, a bad school. Like, I went to school in Site Fair and Klein. Like, I did, pretty medium things. Yeah. So I always feel like my childhood was good compared to the people that I have surrounded myself with since growing up. And like, even like my husband, he my lights was off when I came home. I had to boil the water to take a shower.
Same kind of childhood, like compared to the people I went to school with, and like some of because you said you never went to a bad school, but we only had one school. Okay. So like it was the poor kids was here, the rich kids was here. Right. Like it don't matter. You in this district. Right. So as long as I feel like we doing a little bit better than them, like they, mama be doing what she got to do to get by, and like you said, be lights off and shit like that be happening. So I feel like we was living a
pretty good life, right? And so I never experienced anything to where I made me be like, "Ooh, I must live bad. My family is crazy." So until I met Jazz, who has totally different like upbringing than I have, like she's really the suburban girl, like really all her life was pretty good.
Right.
Like, well,
they talk at the table.
Exactly. They sit down, have dinner. I realized that my daddy is really a YN. Compared to
you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. On the inside.
I didn't get that from your daddy at the very beginning. But I realized a little bit over time.
Yes, like he's a YN. Like I was telling her about how my daddy got,
like
he just been with my mama for so long that I feel like, he ain't like these niggas, but he not like them, but he's really like he's a street nigga. I'm telling
you, I don't know why I seen that. It's funny that you say that because I seen that from your dad, but I thought that was like
it was
known knowledge. Like he kind of like your brother, but just older.
Yes.
And wiser now.
Exactly.
Like he know not to do the same shit your brother. Like what I mean?
Exactly. So I feel like, but
that's
looking
why they so cool like
Jazz daddy, like he's he's like a philanthropist, and like they live on a golf course, and like he has monthly meetings with his family. He requires them to come to.
I knew that wasn't my family life.
Yeah, so that has opened my eyes. I thought like shit, Carey family. They ain't that.
No, I always knew. I knew I was middle class comparing my shit to slums.
Right.
You didn't realize it was because I knew it was somebody right over us.
I knew it was, but I thought that even though we didn't have the money, we still acted the same.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like,
but no, I knew people who, like you said, like golf cart, like, and then I had the chance to hang around white people, like you know what I mean. So. Some of them live totally different lives.
I went to a white high school. So my white high school and the things that we did at our household and that they did at their household, it aligned. So that's another reason why I was blind to the fact that
middle class white people though.
Some of them, but not all of them. Some of them were lawyers.
It's more
and
so
surgeons.
A class thing.
It's a class thing. Yeah, it is. So I think that's what made me realize my family wasn't normal.
And I'm not trying to say money makes the difference, but once you're in like that class, you have the means to be taking therapy, and you have if you have want to do this, you have the means for counseling. You got the means for family to sit, and then if everybody in the house in therapy, when we sit down at the table, I don't
think it's money though.
It's the mindset. Yeah. It's the mindset because I mean, middle class they make everything else work. They can make it work if they really wanted to.
Right.
But I think it's the mindset, but it's also the availability too. Because when you're in middle class, you got the money, but your mama and daddy was grinding for that shit.
Right.
They ain't have time to. It wasn't no
relish in it.
Yeah,
right.
It wasn't no time thing. You get more of a time when you here up here too. You got the money, but you also got the time.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like down here you ain't got the money all the time. Right here you got the money, but you still ain't got the time. And up here you got both. So I think that's where it make the difference at, but. Damn, for me. It was later in my years too. Like now, when I just noticed we was really dysfunctional, like a little bit. We ain't like your normal family.
Yeah, and then I still wouldn't even say that my family. I think the family that I come from, is okay, but like more so like my dad's side of the family, I kind of feel like. That part is dysfunctional to me. Yeah. As it relates to my relationship and not normal to me because it's just it got really weird. And I have a story that I could tell. Okay. But do you want me to tell it now or later?
What? Go ahead.
Well, when I had my daughter, I came home from the hospital and all that. I had her. It was probably like a month or 2 months, 2 months, 3 months maybe, went by. And my grandmother, my dad's mom, like I hadn't heard from her. Mind you, at this time, me not hearing from her, it wasn't abnormal, but
You just thought.
After you have a baby,
you
like you think people like call, hey, I want to come see her, or
Everybody
are you okay?
After a baby, so you would think that she would.
Yeah. So and she did, and I never felt no type of way because she didn't. After like initially, I never felt no type in my own self. I never like said sitting nowhere like, oh, she didn't come and she didn't say nothing. I never did. But one of my aunts had happened to get on social media, and I probably was immature for saying it, like I said it, but she said that, hey, we need to set up a time to have family photos. And all I said was on social media, I was like, I'm not in the mood for family photos. And then it kind of...
You thought that was immature to say?
Because the place that it came from, I'll say yes.
Okay.
Because I shouldn't have just even started it on, like, she didn't come with that intent in mind that she would get that from me. So I don't think she was coming from a bad place. You know what I'm saying by saying that. So I shouldn't have put it there. But I said I'm not in the mood for photos. Like, can we talk about how you haven't even called to see if I'm still alive after having a baby?
Right. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, because she said your grandma didn't want to get photos, and I was like, I'm not in. I don't can remember verbatim what I said, but I said something along those lines. And after that, my cousin ended up getting on the post and saying, "Don't play with my grandma." Yeah. And her mom is my dad's sister. Mm-hmm. So she's the mom. So I'm trying to make the connection of she's the mom's side, mom-daughter connection, and my dad. You know, like my brother and his baby mama, his baby is technically like an outside baby almost. Yeah. It's not. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is how it comes across sometimes.
Inner family.
Yeah, it's easy for my mama to get carded than it is for her to have to. She got to call somebody that's not attached to her to get my nephew. Yeah, but good thing we have a relationship with them. But not. I'm just saying I'm putting that in place.
In perspective, yeah.
And so my cousin, whose mom is the sister, said, "Don't play with my grandma." So after that, it was a whole situation where they stopped liking me. My cousin stopped liking me. Like everybody stopped talking to me. Even the younger cousins that didn't have nothing to do with it. And I thought that was weird because it hit me when I went to a birthday party. And all of my younger cousins didn't say nothing to me. Like, just didn't speak, just sat at the table and looked like they was talking about me the whole time. What they talking about me, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie on them. But it looked like it. It gave that energy, like, we ain't fucking with her because you ain't fucking with her. So, like, and I felt like that was weird because we family. Like, what y'all got to do with some shit y'all really don't even know about? And I'm y'all cousin still at the end of the day.
We gonna beef like somebody off the streets.
Right. So I kind of felt the type of way about that. So that's when I realized something wasn't right about my family. And something wasn't right about the relationship that I had with my daddy's side of the family.
Okay, I like the way you put that because that really do lead us into our second spill of the week. Because it was about T.I. and his son kind of like falling out and them bringing it to the internet and stuff like that. And like you said, it happened on the internet. That's where it started. And y'all kind of fell out from there. My question to that was, if we had a episode kind of like the one we having right now, and you speak on the experience about a family member and they took it to the internet, how do you think that you would handle the situation? But you already personally had a situation that been taken to the internet. So how did y'all reconvene, or have y'all reconvened and try to amend the relationship? Has it?
We have. I still feel like a sit down is needed for my cousins to because I really want to know what was y'all thought
a real
process
conversation instead of skipping over it.
Yeah, like it been kind of like skipped over. Like we didn't all kind of came back and like it's kumbaya. They like, they come into my
just turned 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
started back inviting them to my stuff that I have and stuff like that.
But it's pretty much a sweep under the rug type moment,
right? It's never been actually talked about. And so, although I will say, I'm not saying that my aunt brought anything to the internet. She legitimately was saying, like, your grandma said something about taking pictures. Do y'all want to take pictures?
She just happened to do it on the internet.
It was me. I brought it to the internet.
She just happened to do it on the internet.
Right. Okay. And so I think that when you bring something to the internet...
Oh, that's good, though, that it was you the one. So how do you feel like you would want to be forgave? Like, what would you do?
I feel like I would want to be forgiven, but I also would want to talk about, like, what is the barrier between the things that you do for someone else that's in my position, the same position that I'm in, a cousin, a grandchild,
right,
and then you don't do it for me. Can we talk about why
Okay.
I might have had those feelings? I'm not negating the fact that I probably shouldn't have said it on the line.
Yeah.
I agree that I shouldn't have said it online. I should have called my grandma and said, hey, I had the baby. I'm good. You wanted to come see her? Like, maybe I should have reached out, or maybe I should have let her know, like, hey, I feel some type of way, because normally if anybody have a baby, you over there at the house, with them.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case for me. What's up? Why is that?
So you saying that you've seen it done for other family members in the same capacity, and
exactly,
at very least they got a call.
Exactly.
If they didn't get a pull up, like.
But even outside of that though, T, my main concern from a sit down would be more so, what is the strain on the relationship that doesn't make that easy? Because I will be honest and say, even like me calling and checking on my grandmother as my grandmother, that's not easy for me. That's not an inconvenience for me, but that's something that I have to think about. It's not like my other grandma where she's on my mind to where I'm like, let me go by my grandma's house. I'm passing her house. Like with my other grandma, it doesn't come natural to me. So I'm like, what was happening prior to me being an adult that made that a hard situation?
Yeah, because it's something deeper rooted.
Exactly.
It has to be.
That's what I'm saying.
It's always. And I've never had a family issue hit the internet. Thank God.
Right.
Not in my immediate family, but like maybe just outside of the family, or somebody married to, or some shit like that. But I don't know how I would want. I guess I would have to think about how I would want to be forgiven, just like you, because since we do have this podcast and people like to, we seen when we started at the beginning that people like to see, we say something and then, they take offense to it, and as if they don't know we were in the same situation as them. Like this ain't, we talking about our life, like this just ain't my perspective. Like I wasn't in that too. Like if I want to give my perspective, but since they don't have a platform and they're not doing this, and it's not something that they have to talk about, where they think we talking in front of millions. I love that they think we popular.
Right. Y'all letting the world know.
They think we talking about them in front of millions of people. The whole time they don't know it's 42.
It's 42 people. 42 views.
But that's all right.
In a whole year.
That's all right. That's all right. Sometimes it be more than that.
It be more than that.
But it's consistently 42.
Right. So they be like, you got the world in our business.
Yeah,
the world is
the
crazy.
world is insane. I guess if you see it on Instagram or something, they get more views there.
Right.
TikTok maybe get more views there. They might think the world is seeing it. Like,
I don't think anything should be brought to the internet. Let's say that. Let me get that out the way. I don't think anything should be brought to the internet when you have somebody's phone number and you have a way to find out. If you don't have the phone number, you have a way to get the phone number.
Okay.
Because I think if you really have a genuine relationship, unless you're somebody that doesn't care about this person, then okay, maybe you want to get on the internet because you don't really care about the relationship anyway. But I think that ultimately, nothing should be talked about on the internet before it's talked about with that person.
I agree. I wouldn't take what we do as the internet, so I'm not saying,
not
like
this.
What we do. This is different,
therapy.
And just when we speak on our life, we speaking like you said on situations that happen to us and our perspective. So if you don't like how I feel about my situation, then we can talk about it. But like, I'm not on here like, girl, I feel like so and so be doing such and such and such and such. Like that's where you can be like, okay, she bringing my business to the internet, like, and that's different.
Yeah.
But as a family, I agree with you. I don't think none of that. Like even as friends, like I don't bring nothing. Relationship, I don't bring nothing to the internet.
Never.
Like if I'm on the internet, I'm Kiki Ken.
Right.
I don't play like that.
No, for real. What happened with T.I. and I don't know nothing about that situation.
Child, him and his son King is just like very tumultuous. Like they don't have a good relationship.
T.I. and King?
Yeah, they don't have a good relationship at all. Like they've been to like clubs and stuff in Atlanta, and they'll be getting into it in the club. It's little clips of them getting into it in the club.
Where have I been?
I don't know. And then King would say certain stuff on interviews about like, oh, I didn't even let my daddy be trying to say that I was raised like a kid with privilege, that I shouldn't be rapping about the stuff I rap about and stuff like that. And whole time I didn't even live with them. I went and lived with my granny. I just went over there when we was recording the show. Like they'll call him and be like, oh, we got a show to record. They did the Family Hustle show. And he'll go over there and then he said, I'll go back to my granny house. I wouldn't live in lab. So he trying to paint the picture that he did struggle and he could rap about that. But Child, I just think his mindset.
I don't know, Kingy.
Right. Because grandma was probably staying in a nice house too.
They
like, it might not be the big neighborhood that, like we said, the 3 tier. It might not have been up here, but it was damn show right here.
Yeah, it was not here. You wasn't in the projects.
It was not here.
Yeah.
Y'all, the lights wasn't off or nothing up in there. Like, don't do that.
Don't do that.
So I do think that was just him trying to justify that. And I think T.I. just being the father that, he has grown to be. Like, you ain't finna act like you went through what I was rapping about.
Right.
Like, the stuff that I made too much money and sacrificed, done too much for you to be acting like that. Yeah. Right. And not only acting like he's going to court. I mean, he getting caught with guns and he just doing dumb stuff.
Yeah.
He's hanging around the wrong people, just living a dumb life. But yeah.
Well, let's move into the main topic. So, of course, we did talk about family and family trauma and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and define family trauma. What does that really look like? Because sometimes we can get away from ourselves as categorizing everything as trauma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what are some real life forms of examples of trauma that you feel like you have dealt with or you experienced or you know of somebody in your family experiencing?
Let me first say that I think that we use the wrong word when we talk about we say family trauma, but I think what we're meaning to say is family dysfunction. Mm-hmm. Because it's like trauma, when I think of trauma, I think of like how your body go through trauma during a surgery. You know, your tissues, your body has to build back up. And you have to, that's like something that hurt real impactful. And then like you got to really build shit back up to get back together. Like it takes time to heal. Like those parts got to come back together. Those tissues got to come back together. But when we talk about dysfunction, I think we talking about something that has been like this for years.
And you're accustomed to it.
We're all cool with it. Mm-hmm. We let it happen. Mm-hmm. We whisper about it on the side. Girl, you did it. But ain't nobody telling Joe that he shouldn't have slapped that girl in front of us.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and this is just, I think that first is where we are. But if I can define family trauma, I would say just like a catastrophic experience. Most of the time in the Black family, it's like a death of somebody that everybody considered the glue of the family. And then people stop talking, things start falling out, breakups start happening, or they talk about how you wasn't there for the person. We just try to start measuring who did what and who was what.
I think for me, trauma is anything that had a negative effect on your mental.
Okay.
And it lingers. Because I know that sometimes, for an example.
One situation or a over time thing?
Both.
Okay.
Because a situation like, for instance, a situation of your grandmother showing favoritism to like the other cousins or something like that, right? Your daddy showing favoritism to your other siblings, or your mama really don't like you because your child is light skinned, dark skinned, type of shit. That
or you look like your daddy.
Yeah, that shit happen in families for real, right? I've heard of grandmothers not claiming a grandchild because they dark skinned. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of stuff happens, and I feel like although that's not like damaging to my physical body, that's damaging to my mental, to the point to where I would say, and when I say lingering, something that happens mentally and lingers, like something that makes you make decisions based on what happened to you.
It forms your mindset.
Right.
It forms how you think about other people.
How you engage with other people.
Other people, yeah.
Yeah, so I would say that. And for some type of examples, we talked about favoritism, any type of emotional neglect, any type of time your mama. I seen a video on TikTok and a little girl, she had her baby hearing like they do nowadays. And the mama was like, she walked up to her and she was like, why the fuck you do your edges like that? That shit looked like a bang. Like she was literally walking up to the schoolhouse to going to school, and the girl looked and was like, she wasn't really in front of too many people,
but still,
yeah, she was just there. But the people in the comments, when I went to the comments, people was like, the way the little girl looked, and she was like, I know they look all too well. Parents really be their daughters, like mothers really be, or parents period, be their children's first bullies. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because even like how we was talking about previously, like it's ways you can say certain stuff, but I think because we don't have the tools to effectively communicate, know how to disagree and all of those things, that sometimes the things that we do, it turns into trauma because now I am forming who I am based on how you treat me.
And now I'm accustomed to people doing this. So when I go out in the world, if somebody do this to me, I'm thinking it's okay. Whole time it's not.
It's not, exactly.
Especially from somebody...
And you
from anybody,
and
really.
you mask it with laughter or mask it with like, I'm just playing, have a good day, or or whatever the case may be.
I ain't never liked them kind of people. I ain't never liked them kind of people. That's why I could never be in a friend group of those girls that like they not mean, but they kind of like rude. Like they say rude shit and they like, bitch, this like they talk about each other. Like I don't know. I don't talk about my friends. Like I don't hide. I don't mask little jokes. Like.
Yeah.
If I do say something, I might laugh with you, but I'm like, girl, you fucked up. Like, you might need to get it together. I don't know. I could never be friends with them people that kind of mask those. Even I don't even like family members who do that. Cause what you mean? Yeah. Cause I get serious. I get serious. No, like,
cause it's be truth behind certain stuff. Yeah,
it's always truth behind jokes. The little jokes.
Yeah, especially when you say it multiple times. And then another one would be like any type of sexual abuse. That is a real trauma. Yeah. Any type of substance abuse. Yeah. Like if your parents were alcoholics, crackheads, and stuff like that, or any type of drugs. Sorry, I'm saying it like that. I'm saying it. Does it sound insensitive? I hope not. But anytime your parents manipulate you, like that creates trauma too. And I guess it is a form of dysfunction as well. But I guess the trauma part, that thin line, because that was my thing. What's the difference between trauma and dysfunction? Anytime it leaves a residue. Okay. That you have to recover from. When you have to recover from.
Yeah. Because you had silence on here, and that's a good one too, because you might not think you doing too much because you ignoring the situation or you not saying nothing about it. And
they not saying nothing about what they did.
Yeah, whole time people formulating thoughts in their mind about, okay, well, she must have meant to treat me like that, or she must have meant to. The whole time you just not talking. You need to learn how. You need to find the words. That's what we don't have. Like you said, we don't have the tools in the Black community. We need to learn to find the words because y'all don't. We don't. It's a lot of Black parents that don't say the things that they should have said. They don't say it in the ways they should have said it. You know what I'm saying? They don't. And when they are trying to portray something, they pick the wrong words. You know what I mean? It don't resonate because you didn't say it right. And that's a form of dysfunction to me. Like, it wouldn't be a trauma necessarily, but it's a form of dysfunction because it's gonna prolong over time. Like, and it's gonna formulate into your adult character. Now I think the silent treatment when I get mad at my man is the way to go instead of us sitting around here talking about it. Instead of having a conversation. So that's where shit started to form character, I believe.
Right. Okay. What's one thing you no longer accept as normal in your family dynamic? What's something you like, that ain't normal? Y'all tried to make me believe it was normal. That ain't normal.
Ooh. Okay, YouTube, y'all heard our last question. That's going to be the last question, and we're going to take it over to Patreon. So we'll see y'all next week. Deuces.
Bye.